Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from kicksoncore.com. Today we have a quick look at the recently released Kobe 8, and this is the Kobe 8 system. Colorway is black, something gray, I want to say like strata gray, and vivid sulfur, and then electric, which is like that super bright yellow on the bottom. This is the new box. There are plenty of details throughout. One of the main ones that I thought was kind of cool, or I wouldn't say cool, but interesting, it's just at the bottom of the box usually you have the Nike Air, all of that kind of info on there, and it is not on here because there is no air. This is all foam cushion. So inside the box you basically have the paper, and that is the same type of pattern as what is on the upper of the shoe, and it kind of looks like snake scales. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. So let's go ahead and get into the shoes. Alright guys, so here is the Kobe 8. It's the lightest Kobe at this point in time. I think it's 9.2 ounces, something like that. I can't actually remember. But basically the entire upper is engineered mesh. One of the things that I was curious about is how this engineered mesh would actually be able to like support your foot, basically, because it's mesh, and running shoes, while they are comfortable to play basketball in, you know, they give you kind of that like natural feeling and fit. They don't give you the best support. So something that I thought was interesting was that there's a lot more fuse involved in this shoe than what you can see. Instead of it being a 3-layered fuse system like most fuses, or all fuses I should say, this one's a 2-layered system for the most part. So the first layer is the support sections. This also will limit the breathability. As you can see, there is sections for ventilation, but it is not an entirely ventilated shoe like one would think. So, but then you have that third layer that you usually have on all the other fuse type of models around the rand, around the toe. It's inside there as well, so that's reinforced TPU at the toe. And then you also have it at all of the eyelet sections for some durability of this section of the shoe. That way it doesn't rip through the mesh, and for some support as well while they're on your feet. And then the tongue is kind of weird. It's like real stiff. It's kind of like a strange kind of fuse on the top, and then underneath it's just a mesh with some padding and all that kind of good stuff. So, but that's pretty much the shoe. It's basically just that mesh upper with those fuse kind of panels under and over certain sections or targeted sections of the shoe. You do have a heel clip here, or a heel cup. This one's more of a clip. It's very thin. It's not very sculpted in the back, but it does lock your foot in pretty well when your foot is inside of the shoe. Then you have the midsole, which is hollow, and that will house the drop-in midsole, which is the Lunarlon. This is a full-length Lunarlon. This is awesome. Feels fairly dense right now, but it will not only break in, but it should mold to your foot, which is great. So I love Lunarlon. I think it's awesome. And hopefully I'll get to the focus. Maybe not today. Oh, there it goes. So the only thing I don't like about this is just that this whole thing is foam, all of it. So there's no, like, I don't know what you call it, like that lining to make it kind of soft and everything. So something that you might want to do is pick up a pair of the Kobe system socks, because these are made specifically for this shoe. Not only is the design like this is what you see in the promo images, so like the shoe, or I mean not the shoe, the sock is like that, so it completes the logo. There's no sleeves with this shoe at all. But the sock itself is ribbed. I don't know if you're going to be able to notice that, but it's ribbed here on the top and on the bottom, and that should help not only with some padding, but also just kind of keep it so you're not sliding around in here with your moisture. So I would recommend picking up a pair of the Kobe socks with the shoes. I picked these up before the shoes released just because they had them in there. But then there's like his signatures on there, right there. So, but yeah, I highly recommend it because it it's directly compatible with this sneaker here. So as far as their fit, they fit true to size. They are very snug, and again, the inner midsole is pretty dense. Again, it will break in, so if you put them on at first, don't be like, oh man, I need to size up or whatever. Get your true size, and the shoe will work perfectly the way it was intended to as far as its fit goes. If you go up half a size and it's not supposed to be like that, then you're not going to be able to get the proper fit the design warrants. So on the bottom you have your carbon fiber plate, which is a glass-based carbon fiber, just like all of the rest of the Kobe's, beginning with the 4, I believe. And then my favorite part, at least at this point, is the bottom and the traction. These are very nice grooves here. As you can see, it's very aggressive, and it's very deep for a herringbone. Like if you take something from the 90s, like the Pippin 2s here, and you just directly compare the depth of the herringbone pattern, these ones beat them out, no problem. The only thing that I would say, like the only reason why I would say not to play in this shoe outdoors at this point in time is just because this rubber, it's super soft and super pliable, just like the KD5s. So this is going to grip like crazy indoors. Outdoors it will probably grip like crazy as well, but it'll also get ground down quite a bit. So if you have the opportunity and you live overseas where they have XTR outsoles, I'd go with that. Or just go with Nike ID if you're like a US ball player and you play primarily outdoors. I would go with a Nike ID option with the XTR outsole. Otherwise this is, again, going to get ground down very fast just because of how soft the rubber is. So, and if you grind through these guys here, you're actually going to grind right through the shoe. So you don't want to do that. But that is your first, not first, but just a quick look, I guess. 3M really pops on these, by the way. I don't know if it's going to show up in this video, but just like changing them in directions, like these lines here, and then the swooshes, like they just glow like crazy. So, but yeah, I'm not going to do on feet, just because I just don't have time. It's getting kind of late, got to get my kid ready for bed. So, but yeah, I think that these are going to perform pretty well, especially that traction. Traction indoor is probably going to be like an A+. Just be careful if you wear them outside, because it's super soft rubber like that. That'll get ground down real quickly. Reminds me of the rubber on the Crazy Lights, the first ones. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that these are dope. You got to see these in person, because like this print and the upper and everything, it's like, it's insane. It's amazing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for the first impression, which will be up on my site soon, kicksoncourt.com. It'll probably be up before this video is actually uploaded. And also stay tuned for performance teasers throughout the testing phase, and then of course the final performance review. So thank you guys for watching, thanks for all your support, and until next time guys, have a good one.